What's going on, people? So the world's going to the 10th level of hell, as usual, right on schedule, biblical prophecy being fulfilled. Now, I first want to ask people, when they're trusting government and government institutions, are aware that these people actually engage in Freemasonry, which they openly worship Lucifer? I got to establish that because people who are of atheistic or secular worldview tend to follow people who actually believe in something. That's very interesting. Also, why do you attribute morality or a sense of truth and honesty from these people? We know that they pay people to push narratives. They deceive and they lie for agendas and self-interest. We know this. But, I guess people have a short memory, a very short memory. So everybody's heard of the transformer-like thing that's apparently going around. The president said something about it today, and they've already started implementing travel restrictions, and they said they don't want to cause panic, but that's exactly what they're doing by creating this hysterical, foolish narrative of something that they even originated in people that followed their advice, that took their final solution. If you want to study the origin of where this stuff comes from, just research it. So this is my first video. I'm gonna try to leave up on my page, and I thank everybody for supporting. It's not easy, speaking against, the censorship and speaking freely, So, I've been uploading my lives to Odysee, and I post a lot of things on Telegram, and I do my lives here, but for obvious reasons, they can't stay up, right? Anyway, so this whole thing is pretty much manifesting itself because people don't want to be responsible for their health. People don't want to admit that the world is compromised, it's poison, it's an illusion of things that we value. There is no healthiness or healthy lifestyles coming from any institutions. They don't promote the logical, practical things that we should do to take care of our health, such as eating good foods that are not poisoned, chemically modified or processed, or they don't account for the poisoning of our air, water, and of course the food. And big pharma, it's been known for using chemicals to actually cause disease. So nobody wants to be honest about these things. And people don't want to admit that they want to engage in destructive habits and lifestyles and behaviors that ultimately lead to a ruined health. It's easier to be accountable and then realize that you have to eat the right foods, you have to exercise, you have to be aware of the world we're living in that doesn't care about you, that just wants to turn you into merchandise. This whole agenda is to, I can't say what I want to say, but let's just say it wants to reduce the number of people, but it also seeks to create a system, a compulsory system where they have these digital passports and biometric and all this technology to where access to things is limited based on your compliance, based on you doing what the government wants you to do. And that also includes the Great Reset, the new financial system that they're trying to do. It's not a coincidence that cryptocurrencies are currently coming out, along with the metaverse, and people are allegedly buying land on the metaverse, whatever that means. People have just checked out of reality, and they have just gone into this imaginary place where at first you have to ignore objective reality, where you're responsible, accountable for your choices and the life you live and the things you choose to believe and why you believe them. People choose to follow a world that believes in nothing but wants to define everything. I don't understand that. It seems logical that a creation comes from a creator, life comes from life, and a mind comes from a perfect mind. that can be tested. We understand that our mind is reason to deal with ourselves in this creation, that we don't have to eat people, who are bought and sold, to push agendas, who sold their soul to the same devil that these people worship. But this world's crazy, y'all, and it's getting crazier by the day. I mean, they just come up with fake little uh, variants of their agendas. That's what it is, and they use this to deceive people because people don't want to take care of their health. People don't want to admit that the world doesn't owe you nothing. That it's built on violence and greed and corruption and evils. These are the evils that these systems are created. It's always been like that. Only time this world wasn't corrupt is when it served its creator in spirit and truth, uncorrupted. The moment sin entered into the world, it all became about greed, lust, vanity, selfishness, ego, all of these vices that seem to steer and manipulate us into these systems. But I just want to, put something on here that I want to try to leave up. Like, share, subscribe, check me out. I probably might do a live tonight, so check me out. All right, y'all. Peace.